Hey, what's going on, guys? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and this is my first YouTube video. So I'm super excited to do this for the very first time. I am on Instagram, as most of you probably know me from that. But this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've talked about it on Instagram for quite some time, but I wanted to join the YouTube community and get a little bit more involved with putting out content and unboxings and so on and so forth. So thank you guys for watching my very first YouTube channel. I'm very excited to kind of take you on this journey. I mean, this is what I started with about 2 years ago with Instagram. I just wanted to start sharing my collection, things that I've done, things that I've picked up along the way with comic books, and going to different Comic Cons and other events. I know right now it's a really bad time with the pandemic and everything. I'm hoping that obviously we can slowly get our summer back before, as things get a little better and better. So in the meantime, I just thought this was, an appropriate time for me, that I have a little bit more time to start putting out a little bit more content, and I'd start here with YouTube. So again, if you guys already know me, you know I'm on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's No Good Comics, all one word, just like my YouTube channel. Also, make sure to like and subscribe on this video. I'm very not used to saying that, so kind of a first time for that as well. So again, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to start today with I got a little packages in the mail on a weekend, actually, and been waiting for this for about 2 weeks or so. I was getting a little nervous, actually, because it came from Canada. It's a shop over in Canada, and I've never ordered from them before. Some good stuff in here, and I was just a little nervous, but finally came in. I know, again, with everything kind of slowing down, I guess the mail and stuff has also been affected by that. So quick shout out to Paradise Comics over in Toronto. This is a package that I got from them, and we're gonna open this up and see how that goes. Okay, so let's cut this thing open. Don't worry, I washed my hands, wiped down the package. It's a crazy world that we live in these days, that you got to do all this extra process to mail, but unfortunately, that is what you need to do. It's packaged pretty well. I can tell there's a lot of cardboard in it, and other than this little dent in the corner, everything else looks like it's pretty good. Oh, sweet. So they actually put plastic, they wrapped it in this thick plastic instead, which I prefer. I'll tell you now, I've seen a lot of nightmares with packaging and whatnot, so I'm just going to slice it down. So anytime that I can see that it's come safely, I am grateful, because I've seen some disasters. All right, so this is what it came in. This little like mailer plastic, which is nice. A couple bucks in there, and also a little sticky note there. And this is from Christina. Thank you, enjoy. So this is from Paradise Comics. They've been really cool. I just started following them not too long ago. I know that they have a store out in Toronto, and they're also, I mean, now with everything being shut down, they've been doing a lot more like auctions and things like that, as I'm sure a lot of the LCSs have been doing. So yeah, I just jumped on to one of their live streams and started following them. I like the content they were putting out, and tell you, they have some pretty awesome books in stock, and some big boy books for sure. And at some point definitely will be returning to them, trying to get some of that other stuff. So all right, so well taped. Again, this is nice, and I might save this, use this for future packaging. Pro tip right there: when you guys get packages in, keep most of the stuff, especially if you can reuse it and you know you're gonna be moving books or selling books or whatever. It's worth it to hold on to and keep somewhere. Don't overdo it though, because then you'll be like me, and I have like random piles everywhere, and my girlfriend's like, what are you doing with all these extra pieces of cardboard? I'm like, one day I'm gonna sell everything, it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna have lots of packaging to be able to ship things safely. One day. For the record, for anyone who doesn't know me, I don't really sell, and I'm certainly a collector and reader first, so there's always that. All right, so yeah, a lot of extra tape, which is good. All right, we're gonna start with this is Uncanny X-Men 149, and I just got done reading a good chunk of Claremont stuff. I just finished reading. I started with. Well, let me rewind for a second. So, if you don't know, I'm not. I was never really an X-Men kind of guy. I grew up with like the cartoon in the '90s. You know, I always liked the idea of the characters. When the movies came out with Logan and all that stuff, I liked that stuff. I was never against it. I just never took the time to read it. And so I don't know. Out of nowhere, I just kind of was like, you know, I've always heard such epic things about Claremont and what he did with the X-Men and how he really turned it into something, especially compared to the earlier Stan Lee stuff. Just the story and how he developed the characters and so on and so forth. So that just kind of encouraged me to say, you know what, I'm kind of going into this thing cold. Let me give it a shot. So I started with Giant Size X-Men 1. And then I went right into Uncanny X-Men 94, which is right where Claremont picked up. And I read that all the way through 143, which just ended Days of Future Past, which I just finished actually. So literally these past 2 months that we've been like, you know, shut down from this pandemic, I've been reading Claremont nonstop. And I'll tell you now, I love every minute of it, every panel of it. And I've become it's kind of been random, but I've become a really big fan of the X-Men since then. For those of you guys that know me, I'm a big Daredevil guy, big Captain America guy. So, you know, for me to kind of jump over to the X-Men stuff was definitely new for me. Again, I'm familiar with a lot of the characters or the key characters, but I'm certainly learning a lot. So, so they had a couple books on sale, and so 149, which is not what I've read up to yet. So I still have some more to go. And I am also intrigued with, you know, reading some of the new stuff, which I'm starting to do now as well. So this is a Cockrum cover and Rubenstein, nice newsstand edition. And yeah, very happy to have this in the collection. The cover's sweet, man. I mean, definitely got to continue on with that. And then also, this is a little further down the line, I got X-Men number 198. And that's a really cool Storm cover, looking like kind of like a zombie. Yeah, and I mean, Storm has certainly become one of my favorites. And I mean, I'm not crazy about her with the like the Mohawk type style of look, but you know, I know they go through some changes with their looks and everything through the years. So definitely like her when she was first introduced, that style a little bit more. But yeah, certainly this is Life Death number 2. So X-Men 198. All right, and these next two books are some pretty big books for me for my PC. I've been trying to collect Daredevil issues 1 through 100, and these next two certainly have brought me closer to that goal. So I'm excited to share this. So this is issue number 11. And it is a really nice condition. I mean, I like to, if I can, I like to try to get these in a really high condition, these early ones. I mean, obviously, the nicer it is, the more, you know, the more money you're going to pay. But, you know, for some of these, you know, I'd say not so key-ish books, I like to try to get them in a high grade. So beautiful issue number 11 there. And then also the big one that I'm really excited for. It is a yellow Daredevil suit issue, and while it isn't number 1, it certainly is number 2. And this is just, I love this cover, the red background with Electro on the front. Love the story. I mean, I everything about this. I love, especially, I don't know, the first 4 or 5 issues for me, Daredevil, I actually really enjoy them. And I know a lot of people have a hard time reading the early stuff, but for its time, I mean, I really like the storylines. I like the characters that they've introduced, and just how things kind of develop. And so for me, this is certainly a big book for me. And one day I will own issue number 1. That is still on my list. But this is definitely a huge pickup for me. I'm very excited about this thing. Yeah, look at that cover. That's just stunning. So, all right, and there you have it. This is for my first YouTube channel. Showed you a couple books here, all from Paradise Comics. Shout out to them. Thank you guys so much for sending me these books and giving me a great deal. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to see them up close, I'm going to have, you know, I'll do a post on my Instagram account. Please follow me over there. That's my main, that's where I live, over on Instagram. Certainly going to continue to build this out on YouTube, and very excited. This is my first video, and I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching it. Make sure you like and subscribe. I will have more videos out for you soon. Till then, stay safe Talk to y'all soon.